The peak is now. As you watch this, the sky is pulling the Barbault Basket to its tightest point, and three great bells ring within hours of each other, closer together than at any moment in this entire pattern. 30 hours, 3 bells, and this video is not about what it means. We have spent all week on meaning. This one is about what to do. Because a window like this rewards the prepared, not the perfect. Stay to the end and you walk into the core of the basket with a map in your hand. Here is the sky as it stands. Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, all within a fifth of a single degree of the same degree of their signs. 4 outer planets, 4 different speeds, arriving at the same mark at the same moment. If you are just joining us, this is the pattern our channel has been walking all week. 4 planets, 4 signs, all fire and all air, a basket woven of ignition and ideas. The first bell set the weave, the second ended an old war. Now 3 bells ring almost as one, and they are the heart of the whole configuration. Only the last, the quiet bell of dissolution, waits beyond them. And notice who witnesses the exact moment of the peak. The moon, standing in Libra, the balancer. Amid 4 planets of fire and air, the one personal presence in the story asks only this: hold your center while everything accelerates. That is the posture for everything that follows. Not bracing, not chasing. Balanced so the aspects can pour through you without knocking you over. Now look closer at the 3 bells because they share a secret. Every one of them is rung by Jupiter. In 30 hours, the planet of meaning, faith, and expansion touches Neptune, Pluto, and Uranus in a single sweep, and each touch marks a turning point in a cycle years in the making. 3 clocks striking together. Whatever begins under these bells is not a mood of the moment. It is written into 3 long cycles at once. Let us ring them in order. The third bell of the basket, Jupiter trine Neptune, exact within a single minute of the pattern's tightest point. The storyteller's fire and the dreamer's ocean, flowing as one. Under this trine, the future you privately hope for stops feeling naive and starts feeling possible. That shift in feeling is not self-deception, it is the aspect working. Jupiter in Leo gives the dream a stage, Neptune in Aries gives it a pioneer's nerve. And because Jupiter and Neptune meet like this only once in about 13 years, this bell resets the cycle of what we collectively believe is possible. The visions launched on this water are the ones an era learns to sail by. Faith in the oldest sense, imagination granted weight. That is bell 3, the dream that suddenly stands solid. Then, hours later, the 4th bell, the strangest and most important of the 6. Jupiter opposite Pluto, the only hard aspect in the entire basket. Every other planet here flows. These two face each other across the whole sky. And that is not a flaw in the pattern, it is the handle. A basket with no handle cannot be carried. The tension between Jupiter and Pluto is the one line firm enough to lift everything the other aspects have woven. Here is the question the handle asks. Jupiter in Leo is your creative fire, the self that makes, plays, and shines. Pluto in Aquarius is collective power, the crowd, the platform, the system. Opposite each other, they ask, who holds your fire, you or the current? An opposition is not a battle to win, it is a line to walk. The invitation of these hours is not to defeat the collective or to disappear into it. It is to stand where the two forces meet and let the tension itself hold you upright. Jupiter and Pluto keep their own cycle too. Roughly 13 years of how power, wealth, and conviction reshape themselves. History turns loudly at their meetings. This time, the question lands in Leo and Aquarius, the sovereign self and the networked crowd, the defining axis of our age, rung like a bell. Hold that question, who holds your fire? In a moment, we turn it into a 5-minute practice. That is bell 4. And then, before the 30 hours close, the fifth bell, Jupiter sextile Uranus, the storyteller and the awakener, a door left ajar between vision and lightning. Sudden opportunity, offered but not forced. The strange idea that arrives complete. The chance meeting that reroutes a plan. Jupiter sextile Uranus is the sky's wild card, and it favors the ones already in motion. This pair keeps a cycle of roughly 14 years, the cycle of where breakthrough gets blessed, where genius stops being fringe and starts being fuel. A spark passed along this ridge now can burn as a beacon line for years. That is Bell 5. 3 bells, 3 long cycles, all restarting inside 30 hours, all rung by the same planet of expansion. The ripples of these hours cross each other for years. And remember what the data says, because the loudest voices this week will not. Our own computed index, the same mathematics Barbault used, shows the curve rising from 2022 through the end of the decade. Expansion, not collapse. The people quoting Barbault as prophecy of doom have not read Barbault. So let the fear merchants have their weather. We are here for the sky, and the sky, at its tightest, is offering something specific, which brings us to the map. Here is the map of the 30 hours. The core of the basket walked as one journey with 4 waypoints. At each one, a door and a practice small enough to actually do. None takes more than a few minutes. Waypoint 1, the quiet dawn. The core opens gently. Mars sextile Saturn, the doer and the builder in easy agreement. Before any great bell rings, the sky offers steadiness, discipline that does not feel like effort. The practice, clear one surface, one desk, one room, one lingering task finished. This is not housework, it is making room for what the window intends to hand you. And if that quiet dawn has already passed when you watch this, clear the surface anyway. Its steadiness is still holding. Waypoint 2, the river, Jupiter Trine Neptune, exact at the very peak. This is the hour the vision stands solid. The practice, write the vision down, not the plan, the vision. One page, present tense as if it is already true. This is the rare weather in which naming a dream gives it weight instead of jinxing it. Write it while the river is high. Waypoint 3, the midnight handle, Jupiter opposite Pluto. The crossing at the center of the whole journey and the question that came with Bell 4. Who holds your fire? The practice, answer it honestly, in writing. Name one place in your life where the crowd's current decides for you. The feed, the trend, the fear of watching eyes. Then write what your own fire would do there instead. One place, one choice. That single act of sovereignty is the whole opposition, integrated community. Waypoint 4, the parting spark. Jupiter sextile Uranus, the last bell of the core. The practice, take one physical step toward whatever idea has been arriving all week. Send the message, book the room, begin the page. A sextile opens the door but waits for your push. It will not carry you through. And one thing not to do at any waypoint, do not scroll the peak away. This sky speaks in the quiet tell, the small odd pull, the sentence that lands strangely, the door you keep glancing at. Noise drowns exactly the signal these hours are made of. Why so much care for one window? Because what is seeded under outer planets grows on outer planet time. Jupiter returns in 12 years, Uranus in 84, Neptune and Pluto move on the scale of lifetimes. Whatever you plant while all 4 stand aligned is rooted into every one of those cycles at once. The choices of these 30 hours are small the way seeds are small. And this exact weave, these 4 planets, these 4 signs, this tightness, does not repeat. We are at the waist of the hourglass now. Now make it yours. 4 degrees of Leo, of Gemini, of Aries, of Aquarius. Find where those 4 points fall in your birth chart and you will see exactly which rooms of your life this basket is being woven inside. The houses are the rooms of your life. Whichever room holds 4 degrees of Leo is where the handle lands for you. The place you are asked to carry something by choice, in your own grip. The room opposite, holding 4 degrees of Aquarius, is where the crowd's current runs strongest. Together they name your personal version of the question. If you have never cast your chart, our free calculator is linked below. It takes about a minute and marks the houses for you. Cast it now so you meet the rest of the window knowing where it lives in your life. Then come back for your sign. A quick word for every sign. Rising sign first if you know it. Aries, Neptune dreams in your own sign. The peak asks you to lead somewhere you have only imagined going. Believe your own vision first. Taurus, your work is beneath the surface. Inheritance, healing, the unseen rooms. Let what is leaving leave, and the peak will pay you back in depth. Gemini, Uranus wakes in your sign. You are the messenger of this whole weave. The word you have been carrying wants speaking inside these hours. Cancer, the peak works in your rooms of worth and belonging. Name what is actually valuable to you, and let the tide take the rest. Leo, Jupiter crowns you. The handle lands in your own hands. This is your once-in-a-generation stage. Step onto it as yourself, not as the crowd's echo. Virgo, your peak is inward. Endings, rest, the quiet completion of a long ledger. What you release now makes room for the harvest ahead. Libra, the moon stands with you at the exact peak. Your gift to these hours is balance itself, and your allies, old and new, are the doorway the basket opens for you. Scorpio, the peak strikes your rooms of calling and public work. The transformation you have made in private is ready to be seen. Climb. Sagittarius, fire answers fire. Vision, journeys, the far horizon. Aim the arrow you have been afraid was too ambitious. This sky catches it. Capricorn, the deep rooms, shared resources, trust, regeneration. An old key is being reforged. Let the peak show you what it now opens. Aquarius, Pluto works in your sign. You carry the collective end of the handle. Your practice is partnership. Let one real other stand closer than the crowd. Pisces, the peak blesses your daily round. Work, body, craft, ritual. The dream becomes real for you through routine. Build the small practice that carries the big vision. And one gentle caution for every sign. Mercury is still retrograde through this entire peak. Let your steps lean toward the unfinished and the returning. The message never sent, the project shelved, the vision abandoned one season too early. Under this sky, going back is a form of going forward. And now the question this whole week has been walking toward. In the oldest branch of this craft, a chart is not only cast for a person, it can be cast for a moment. The chart of a moment describes the character of what begins in it. So in our next video, we do the thing almost no one is doing. We cast the birth chart of the peak itself, not a person's chart, the chart of this moment, and read what this configuration is actually birthing in the collective. The character of the age that begins under this sky. It is the video this entire series was built to reach. So subscribe to our channel now and tap the bell. The reading of the peak chart arrives while the basket still stands, and the final bells ring within days of it. Miss a video this week and you miss a bell that will not ring again. Until then, remember, a peak is not a wave that breaks over you. It is a handle offered. Take hold gently, lift what is yours to carry, and walk it home. The lighthouse is here to help you navigate the way.